WAFB News
flew over a crowd of hundreds of veterans and their family members. It was the 50th anniversary ceremony of the battles of Bataan and Corregidor in the Philippines. After that battle, hundreds of American soldiers were held prisoner by the Japanese, and many of those POWs were tortured and killed. Today, survivors were given medals, and those that were killed were also remembered. It was an emotional moment for these veterans.
Well, I think it probably brings more to mind to the American public about patriotism and what it means to be an American and come back.
A letter from President Bush was read to the crowd, and they were also treated to the sounds of the Terra High School band and a jambalaya lunch. Still to come on Eyewitness News,
American men during World War II. Well, today we remembered and saluted the survivors of those battles at the USS Kid downtown. WAFB's Julie O'Neill was there.
This mock bombing of the USS Kid would provide a little Saturday afternoon entertainment for these spectators, many of whom are too young to remember what it symbolizes. But the sound of gunfire still touches a nerve for the men who would be honored today. These are the survivors, the men who lived through the torturous death march at Bataan and the hellish combat at Corregidor, battles that took place across the world in the Philippines 50 years ago, a time and place still very real to Captain James Carrington, a guerrilla fighter who escaped a Japanese prison camp with only a knife, knowing what the consequences could be.
I had it up my sleeve. It's because if the Japanese would have surrounded me, I was going to try to stab as many as I could and make them kill me. I didn't mind dying, but I didn't want to be tortured.
And that would be the fate of Sergeant Ray Parker, who tried to escape with Carrington and didn't make it.
Japanese tortured him and executed him. They never give you a second chance.
So as these proud veterans enjoy their families today, they salute Parker and all the other men who would leave no legacy behind.
I'll remember you always. You're always in my heart. All my buddies that never made it will always remember y'all.
Julie O'Neill, WAFB News.
And more than 30 Louisiana veterans attended today's commemorative ceremony. That was at the USS Kid in downtown Baton Rouge.